Getting up yardage.
From the shotgun, a give to Jones. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
Now a first down carry by Jones. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Man out.
On 2nd and 9, Mariota dancing to his left. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left side. And this is taken in at the 5. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Scott Miller, his 5th touchdown now on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point by Gay is up and good, and that makes the score 7-0. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now a play fake here on first down. Open man is Uzama. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First down, Seattle, 16 yards the gain there. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. The first carry for the former Nittany Lion. This is Saquon Barkley. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep it.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Von Miller has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
And we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
How about 25 yards on third down? They'll take it. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football.
And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. DK Metcalf with another touchdown, number 24 on the year, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Extra point up and through by Myers, and we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there. But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Mike 54. You.
Throwing is Mariota. That's caught by the big tight end, O.J. Howard. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. 10 yards there and a Buccaneer first down.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run pass option. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule.
54's Mike.
From the 44, Mariota. He's going to walk one deep left side here. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. They tried the throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. To the air again, Mariota. And he's got Miller. And he's got the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 49. He had the touchdown on the opening drive. Now he's got a first down.
1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Rush in. 1. Mike 54. Watch the out. Mike's back.
On first down, it's Jones. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, that didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Let's go, defense. Let's go, defense. And here we go. One. We got one.
Working out of the gun, Mariota. He's going to float this one deep. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
Here comes the 7th play now of this drive as this is 3rd and 10.
Go ahead, baby. Go ahead, baby. Go. One.
From the shotgun, it's Mariota. He's got his man here. It's Green. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 38-yard line.
Nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
I used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crafty veterans. You get up in your 30s, you're still playing receiver, but you're around that long at that position, you're doing something right.
Just remember this. When he was young, he thought the crafty veteran was simply a guy who couldn't run anymore. Now he understands a little bit better.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Three. Mike Alpha. Mike 5-4. Watch the screen.
From the gun, Mariota. Going down the middle, and it's complete. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
Scene 6. Right there. 54.
From the red zone now, Mariota. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not. Jaron Reed has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. Well, this has been a good march down the field, but now they're stuck looking at a 2nd and 14. Throwing, Mariota. Jones has it, and he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. The Bucs passing game looking good on this drive. It's a 1st down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
I'm scared. Ringo.
They'll try and run it in with Jones. And he's in. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Ronald Jones, touchdown number 18 on the year. And the Bucs have taken the lead. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense getting the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3-and-out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. Now Saquon Barkley. And here's another tackle made at the line, so they're converging well on the football now. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a third down. On third down, Winston. He can run for it, and Winston lost the football. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line.
When I see a play like that, I come back to risk-reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit, and in this case, lose the football?
So should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but that's the safe play.
You're exactly right. Hindsight's really never wrong, is it? Because you can analyze it. But I think ultimately you got to look at it as a first option, taking care of the ball, getting what you can, and that's it. Don't worry about it anymore.
A good pickup there, 26 yards. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Three. Where are they, team? 54. Record. One. Three. Shit.
On second and 12, Mariota toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Mariota. And he's got his tight end, Howard. It's a Buccaneer touchdown. O.J. Howard, his 6th touchdown of the season as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And it's now 21-7. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
They're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. Now it's Barkley, and he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. He lost 2 there, and it's third down.
Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? Because they're bringing
into a double team, and it's intercepted. It's Devin White, the linebacker, and he will score. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Gay is on for the point after. He knocks it through. It's 28-7. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. This will be taken in at the 1. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
Ready.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they just had that pick six. I guess the only positive maybe of them returning that for a touchdown. This nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Von Miller in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14. A give to Barkley out of the gun.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Winston from the gun on 3rd down. And that is incomplete. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll send you cross-state to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have all the stats and all the scores from games going on during another busy Sunday in the National Football League. They're indeed going. It's Winston. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Bucs are going to take over with excellent field position to boot.
Right there. 56. Let's go, team. It's going to be a long day. It's going to be a long day.
They'll run on 1st down. Jones. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
One. Clutchy and Smith. 36. One.
From the 24, Mariota. Forced out to his left. This into the hands of his running back, Ronald Jones. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. The end result, 21 yards.
Check. Watch 54. Watch the pass.
Now Jones. And they'll get him down just shy of the goal line at about the 1. Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now.
And a nice job defensively to keep him out of the end zone. He's trying to get his 2nd touchdown already in the first half.
They had that one earlier, was bidding for a 2nd. They come up in an offset eye. 2nd and goal from the 1.
One. Zoom, fellas, let's go. Mike 54. I got you. Mike's 54.
Now Mariota looking end zone, but it's incomplete. He was looking for Chris Godwin that time. But now it's 3rd and goal. That one doesn't find its target, but all in all, he's been much sharper this week. He was under 50% a week ago, and now he's up over 70%.
Well, you know it's standard for quarterbacks and receivers get together for a little extra time each and every day in practice. I get the sense they got...
And he is going to go down back at the 11-yard line. Now the Seahawks call the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. And Gay knocks this one through, and that will extend the lead out to 24. Still a little bit of time left here in the 2nd quarter, but they do get 3 before the half and expand that lead.
And they have to be happy about that, and we haven't met a team yet that doesn't put an emphasis on trying to get points on the board in the last 2 minutes of a half. They'll be real excited to have those up on the board.
At their own 25-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the...
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number one.
Black 22. Green, triple C. Got it right. 3 down, 3 down. Trump.
From the shotgun, it's Winston. Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. 85 catches for him on the year now, and the result there is a first down. So we have come upon halftime here in Week 17 as we send you a stone's throw away across I-4 to Orlando. There standing by is Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. Fielded about a yard deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them.
Let's go.
Looking to throw again on second down. Winston, and he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They've got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
Let's go, D. 45. 5-0. Check 43. Kill.
Jameis to throw it. This one into the hands of Metcalf. They get 17 on that one. Move the chains. First down, Seahawks. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
White.
From the gun, Winston. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Coming off the line, he's been wreaking havoc all year. And look, that's why, as a result, he's getting some looks for Defensive Player of the Year in the NFL.
And I know that many people don't have him first on their list right now, but he deserves that type of consideration. You mentioned it.
Under pressure again, and down he goes again.
Okay, let's go back a little bit and see if my schooling comes to the front. What's that old saying? Those who forget the lessons of history are doomed to repeat them. That's the same guy who's gotten back-to-back sacks. I think a double team may be in order.
Easy. Let's get it together, defense. Let's get it together. White. Check 24. Hey, 5 on the 50. 15. Check that.
Third and long for Winston. And he's going to go down again.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
They're going to try for it on fourth. Winston stays out there. They'll try and throw for it here. And this is going to be incomplete. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And now the football is going to go over, already being placed at the 15-yard line.
Check. Walk 54. I got one.
And he rifles one incomplete. The intended target was Chris Godwin. And now it's second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Not even a chance to pitch that one as he's swallowed up in the backfield. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a third down. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is third and long. Out of the pistol, the give to Jones. And the tackle made at the 13. He is well short of the first. Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to fourth down.
They just keep trying, but so far, finding no room for him to run.
None whatsoever. In fact, you run the numbers. He's under 3 yards a carry at the moment. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And on that last drive, went for it on fourth, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on fourth down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
11 yards there and a first down for Seattle. They go play action here on first down. And that is intercepted. Or was it? Wait, they'll say no. No interception. He did not keep the feet in bounds, apparently. So that's just going to be an incompletion. From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. Winston. That's complete into the hands of Carson. 5 yards on the pickup, and that's going to bring up a third down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Tight end's right. Whoa. 3 down. 45, Mike, 45. Easy.
Winston now. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this third quarter as they'll go for it on fourth down.
Check 45 to Mike. Target. Let's go.
Now Winston on fourth down. Oh, he tries to get it to Metcalf, but it's intercepted. Picked off at the 16. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, when you start thinking of guys that are in the mix for Defensive Player of the Year, I think you use him as Exhibit A. Maybe he's not the leading guy right now, but he's at least on the periphery and deserves to be in the discussion.
And because of that,
now Howard stripped. He lost the football, and the Seahawks have picked it up. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line.
the psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me, because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around. And we we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Saquon Barkley. His 9th touchdown of the season. And the Seahawks capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. They go play action. Winston sliding out of the pocket. And he's got it for the 2-point conversion. So they tack on a pair more here to narrow that deficit a bit further. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. Your 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 47.
Watch twist. Tight guard, tight guard, tight guard. One.
Now Mariota under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Bud Dupree in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. They'll run it with Jones. Finding room inside the 40. There he goes left side. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Ronald Jones with his 19th touchdown, his 2nd of the game, as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. Extra point by Gay is up and good, and that will bump the lead up to 26. Charles, this one not over, certainly, but you set the magic number earlier in this game at 20 points, said that they would need to hold them right around that marker under it. What are you seeing here?
Well, that number is still in play because we said, okay, 20 or under gives them a chance to win. Right on pace for being in that range. And guess what? They've got a shot.
First down, Winston. And Jameis intercepted a 3rd time. It's Devin White, the linebacker. That is now 7 interceptions between last week and this week. 3 in this game, 4 a week ago.
And I saw the head coach write on his play sheet, make a little note. I hope he's writing self-scout. Bring in the guys that scout games for you with a different eye and watch him and see what's going on, and maybe they can pick up what the flaws are, and hopefully they can correct them.
Now a first down throw complete downfield. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
Check. One.
First and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Bang. Right there. 54. Right there. One. All right.
Throwing is Mariota. Completes it to Austin. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. A good pick up there of 20 yards. And he's going to
press this one forward as they stop it right around the 1. Give him 4 on the carry there. It's 2nd and goal.
A lot can go wrong when you call a play like this down in the red zone, but that's where you appreciate this from your head coach. He's not afraid to trust his guys to do the right thing, and as a player, that means an awful lot.
10. Where are they, team? Mike 54. I got you, son. I got you, son. 3.
To the air again, Mariota. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Marcus Mariota with his 3rd touchdown pass of the afternoon as his guys continue to pour it on. Extra point by Gay is up and good, and the lead will swell by 1 more. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And last time, 1-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, you get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
Jameis now on 1st down. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
They'll get this out to Barkley, complete. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
Easy. Check mark 45. Pick me up. Here we go. 43, 17. Hey, let's get this. 45.
Winston to throw for it on 4th. And this is incomplete. The Seahawks go for it but can't convert. And the Bucs are going to take over with excellent field position to boot.
Three. One. He's not going to get me. Shit.
On 1st and 10, here's Mariota. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Michael Kendricks. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23.
One. Right there. 54, right there. 54, Mike.
To throw, Mariota. Looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. Touchdown, Tampa Bay! Chris Godwin with touchdown number 12 on the year as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Extra point by Gay is up and good, and that will extend this big lead. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Ready?
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
How many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. They keep it with Barkley on first down. And he's able to get across midfield and down into Buccaneer territory. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They're looking at second down now as they search for a consolation score. He's got daylight. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it. Well, I do have one word for that touchdown for you, partner. You ready?
Yeah.
Cosmetics.
Just makes things look a little better. I don't know. It's like oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. For Marshall, that's complete. And he gets into the end zone. We'll give him credit. They're not going to take this deficit lying down. They get too closer here on the fake extra point. And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause in the action. A timeout here defensively. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And the Buccaneers able to recover. Their hands team does its job. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Mariota. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. Now, those linemen, of course, can't be more than a yard downfield when a pass is thrown, and they might have been able to call that on a couple of guys there. Mariota here to throw. And he finds Austin complete. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. That's good for 28 yards. What a difference a week makes. 5 interceptions in their last game. Here we are, fourth quarter. He's played mistake-free football.
And I'm sure that we can look back on the past week and say, okay, he spent time in the film room and they worked on his mechanics. Sometimes it's just your team believing in you, your coaching staff believing in you, and you relax and play to your potential. And he's doing that in this game.
Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on first and goal. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Here's Gay now to add the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play.
Watch the edge.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. They'll run it again with Barkley. He'll have a first down past the 40.
Man, these guys may not win this ball game, but you certainly can't fault the effort of this man here today. He's been a real thorn in their sides all afternoon. And that last carry puts him over the 100-yard mark.
The first down carry for Barkley. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Let's pin the mirrors back and go full strip. Check, 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 check. Check, check, check.
Watch safety creep.
Come on. Sunday.
Safety's creeping.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Winston. He'll find Metcalf. He'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. First down, Seattle, 16 yards the gain there.
Check. First down. Flip. What we got? He's Green, triple C.
Shift. Watch the shift.
A first down throw for Winston. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left. Metcalf once again the target, and it's 2nd down. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
5 on the 50. 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50. Check 13. Check 13. Easy. 45. Check right 45. Stop your whining.
Here's Winston. Flushed out right. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. And now we're going to get a timeout. Somewhat pointlessly called with 3 seconds to go in a game that's already been decided.
Oh, here we go. Flip.
One last shot now for Winston. This one into the hands of Metcalf. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory, and the defensive